if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you guys are interested in a personal session, check out my website, readingswithbreanne.com. Let's dive into the topic for today. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing phenomenal wherever you are on this journey. I'm really looking forward to doing an April energy report for you guys. Now, I was kind of going back and forth about whether or not I wanted to use my crystal ball, my clear quartz one, or again, my labradorite that I just recently received. But I think we're going to use the labradorite ball and see what we can get out of it for the month of April. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm thinking I'm going to absolutely start with my alien deck here. I do feel a lot of, again, extraterrestrial energies, and let me tell you, like the other night, it was just last night, I was picking up my daughter from baseball and I was dropping her off at a girlfriend's, and as we were like pulling down the street, the entire sky just lit up. It's almost like it glitched, or it was just like a bang of light. There was no sound or anything, but it was almost like a bizarre lightning glitch, and we both looked at each other and we're like, did you see that? It did not look like lightning, you guys. I mean, I can't say for sure, maybe it was, but it wasn't raining. Didn't seem stormy out. It was just cloudy and the whole sky lit out for a second. So I thought that was quite interesting. And then there was a lot of like, I want to say kind of drone like things I seen around just on that drive. So, and police were out everywhere yesterday too. So it was a really weird feeling last night. So I'm kind of curious to see what's coming out of the tarot for the month of April. I wouldn't be surprised if we have some more, let's say, sightings. I mean, this is something that's going to continue to happen. It's not just like a one event kind of thing, but we'll see what the tarot and the oracle cards have to say. But with that being said, I'm going to be using this deck for sure, and we'll play around with some of the other ones as well and see what the energies are. So let's get to it. I'm going to use the labradorite ball, and we're going to look into the month of April. Now, and with that being said, I'm more of a Palo Santos girly. I'm not really so big on sage, to be honest, and I've been having a heck of a time with my like dollar store lighters. So I have upgraded and got this torch lighter. So I'm going to be using this, especially in my meditations. Yeah, sometimes they need a lot to really light once you've used them a few times. All right, so let's get started. Oh, we didn't. So, and as always, I'm sending you guys so much love, and I encourage you guys to use your discernment. I mean, take what resonates, leave what does not. And let's dive into the energy report for the month of April. So let's start by pulling some tarot cards. Sometimes I do this prior, but I have not yet pulled any. So what do we have for when we're connecting to the collective and the overall energy for the month of April? What can you tell us? I'll have to switch my camera over here so you guys can see. Ooh, look at this, you guys. Look at this. All right. Now we have the Six of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, the Death card, Two of Cups, and the Two of Wands with the Sun on the back of the deck. Now, with that Six of Pentacles as the energy of the collective, the vibrational energy of the collective for the month of April is really showing a sense of, let's say, certain issues around finances for one, wealth, finances. There's a sense of fairness and the justice system here. So finances, a fortune, freedom, liberty. reflect, and rejoice. All right, let me get this turned around so you guys can see what's going on here. Look at that, you guys. Back of the deck is the rebirth energy. So massive shifts and transformation for the month of April. All right, lovely souls. So as you can see, these are the cards that we have for the month of April so far. And we're definitely going to dig into more specific questions after I take a look at the crystal ball. But look at this. So that's Six of Pentacles with Fortune, you guys. I feel like there could be a lot of like a big spotlight, especially look at that Fortune and the star. There's a big shining light, and we have the sun. So this is all about illumination, exposures when it comes to kind of maybe even the redistribution of resources. Lots of eyes on the governments and politicians and that sort of thing. So interesting card to see what's aspecting that. We also have the Ace of Wands with the key to freedom. So it feels like a pretty big breakthrough this month, you guys. From what I can see, I mean, this is really a surge of creative energy with the Ace of Wands. I mean, it's a fiery energy too, so it can be a sense of a rebellious. I feel like it may be a rebellious energy because after that, we also have the Ten of Swords with liberty. So there's a sense of, it feels like we're entering into this change of truth speaking, and we're going to birth something new. And back of the deck is rebirth, and under that is intuition. Okay, so it is really nice to see a lot of this energy kind of coming to the surface and bubbling up. I know there is a lot of kind of chaos and conflict out there, and you know, you guys, I really just want to, I also want to kind of like take a note and say, I did a video just the other day about the Canadian elections, and there was a comment, and I absolutely expect some comments to come in. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, and I really encourage, as always, you guys to check in with yourself, your heart, your intuition. But there's a sense of still so many people kind of wanting to kind of poke and prod and create a sense of division. And I mean, I have to say, I'm not that big on politics. I am absolutely open to pulling different tarot spreads and looking at different topics for you guys. But at the end of the day, I really do not care about politics. And when I was doing that video, there was somebody that made a comment about me being biased, about Pierre Poilievre winning. And I just want to say, like, you guys, like, true change doesn't come from a podium. It really comes from the heartbeat of the people. And I really want to say it's not necessarily about choosing red or blue or left or right. I mean, I think there's an important message about coming together with the people. Politicians, politics, the governments, it's there as a sense of it's creating separation, it's creating fear. So I think what I just want to kind of say, I'm getting a little off track here, sorry, but there's just a message of saying, like, I really want you guys to kind of see it from a perspective of let's choose unity over fear, right? Or the sense of choosing compassion over chaos, okay? I'm still going to be doing tarot readings regardless of the topic because I enjoy looking into all these things for you guys. And it's just a perspective, okay? I don't expect everybody to resonate with what I say. But I just think it's important to say, I mean, let's not wait for a leader to come and save us, you guys. Why don't we be the ones to remember who we truly are and connect with compassion, okay? So with that being said, let's continue to dive into the energy of the month of April here. Now, again, with the Ace of Wands and the Freedom card, this is over the placement of what's really rising to the surface, and you have that passion. You have people that are so sick and tired of being sick and tired. They want freedom, okay? We want freedom. We want to take our sovereignty back. And there's so many old paradigms that have really kind of had us locked up and chained up and seeing things from a certain perspective, or seeing things in a certain narrative that, guess what, it doesn't benefit us, it doesn't free us. And we are at that boiling part. It's like I'm seeing that pot of water that's bubbling, and you know how you have the lid over top of it and the water is spewing everywhere. That's what is happening right now. We are spewing out because it's like we've had enough. So April's going to be, again, another intense month from what I can see, but all this needs to explode or implode for us to really, have that change happen. So again, when we're looking at hidden influences, look at this, 10 of Swords, you guys. 10 of Swords this is an ending behind the curtain. I mean, we've all been talking about this a lot. And this is really the collapse of the old power structures coming down. And it may not be fully visible yet, you guys, but it is happening behind the scenes here. And I have to say, this is the point of no return from the way I've seen it. I've always seen a lot of positive energy coming forward in the years ahead. And again, that doesn't mean that we're through it yet, or we're not going to have any more bumps in the road. That's not at all what I'm saying. But it feels like April as well could be that point of no return for a lot of these old corrupt systems falling down. So really, you guys, something is dying so something else can finally be born. Like, again, the rebirth. So let's keep going here. So we have also what needs to be released. Death card. Okay, I want to pull a tarot. I'm going to pull a tarot spread on something specific because I was getting the other night, the Pope came into my head when I was meditating, and it was so just, it wasn't at all what I was trying to focus on. It just was a thought that kind of came up, and it was in relations to the Pope. I know he's had some health issues, or let's say the person playing the Pope. But I know he's had some health issues because I did do a video on that not too long ago. I'm wondering if there is something happening, or there are actual potential passings. Not saying it's him. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We can pull some cards on it. But there could be some big changes on very high public figures. Because when I see the study card, do you know what I keep seeing with this? I'm seeing Actually, this is really interesting. Look, you have the study card and you have a skull, and then you have the death card, which is the skull and the skeleton there. So I found that really interesting. But with this card, I keep seeing the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is really much a representation of, religious structures, and could be in relations to the Pope. So for some reason, I do strongly get that there. But in this placement, it's in regards to what we need to understand at this time energy. And I mean, yes, it could be an actual public figurehead that is, maybe not doing so well, like literally not doing so well with that death card. I'm going kind of back to a while ago too. I'm having this image of when I was talking about Trump, and I know we've all talked about more attempts on his life as well. I'm almost wondering, because I feel like when I was looking into that was more towards the spring, like April, May energy, if I'm not mistaken. That could also be another indication of what's coming up here. So, but when we're looking at this with the study card as well, this could be, of course, a deep transformation happening for the collective for the month of April. And it's really teaching us to be invited to observe the process, like study, observe, watch, because it's not just about surviving anymore. It's about studying the cycles and knowing the breakdown and what it's trying to show us with where we're headed and the way things are moving forward. So it feels like we are learning from falling apart, okay? That's what it feels like. I don't know, this is completely random, but I'm hearing burn, bloom, and begin again. It's like a phrase, so interesting. Burn, bloom, and begin again is what I'm hearing. So, all right. So let's keep going here. And then we have the Two of Cups with the reflect energy. Now, this is over hidden influences as well. So there's a sense of an inner union. And again, I know a lot of I know we've talked about a lot of, let's say, assistance from our star families, our star nations, and look at that Two of Cups coming in to assist us with this transition as well. So it's really a sense of pausing and reflecting on where we're currently at. So again, with the outcome and the momentum moving forward, we have that Two of Wands, which the Two of Wands is almost like that portal. It's two different paths. It's planting those seeds, but I love how it's clarified with that Rejoice card. So it's a sense of a future vision. So coming together with a future vision and celebrating the unknown, you guys. It's really celebrating the unknown because lots of exposures. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of whistleblowers coming out this month as well. So it's a sense of, you guys, we're not waiting for joy. We're going to walk towards it, or we're going to embody the joy. And the world we want is really being built with every step that we take. So it's really beautiful energy. So I'm going to take a moment and see what we have in the labradorite ball here. All right. So the first thing that's really coming out in the labradorite ball is, you know, when we had those monoliths pop up randomly, I'm wondering if there are more monoliths popping up throughout the month here, because I am again seeing a metallic looking structure, kind of like in a triangle shape, really similar to the other monoliths that popped up in the past. So that could very much be something that we can see over the weeks ahead. Okay, so how do I explain this? It's almost like what I can see right now is the sky. It looks like the sky, but then there's like these cracks in the veil. And I keep seeing on the corner of my eye this energy, which again, when I look at it, it's fortune, it's relating to money, it's relating to finances. We have the Six of Pentacles as well, in relations to that. So I'm wondering if there are definitely cracks in the system when it comes to shifts with the banking system, with the financial system here. There could be some restrictions. I'm feeling like restrictions for some reason here. I'm going to kind of, as things are coming out of the crystal ball, I think I'm going to pull some tarot on it and we'll kind of go that way. Spirit, what can you share with us when it comes to, let's say, these cracks that I'm seeing in, I mean, maybe this is not relating to the financial system, but I was really drawn to that fortune and the Six of Pentacles on the corner of my eye when I see this. So are these cracks in the veil linked to the banking or maybe digital currency announcements? Because the Six of Pentacles as well is kind of that community giving back to the people. So are there more restructurings when it comes to wealth programs or initiatives coming back to the people? What do you have, Spirit, with this image? Three of Wands, 10 of Wands, Five of Pentacles, the World, the Empress, Four of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Pentacles on the back of the deck. So I have to say, I do think this is very much in relations to money, especially with the Five of Pentacles. That's a sense of the people being out in the cold. And Four of Pentacles is all about those blockages and restrictions. See, oh, yes, there, oh my goodness. Okay, Four of Wands in the outcome. We have the World as well with the Ace of Pentacles. I wonder if for the month of April, there are, from what I'm seeing in the labradorite, restrictions with some potential maybe ATMs or some banks, or when it comes to getting money out potentially. It kind of feels like Ten of Wands as well. It does create an initial like panic. I don't feel like it's long-lived, but it does feel like that. So again, not at all to ever spread fear. This is just a perspective of what I'm seeing, but I know we've talked about that in the past as well in terms of ATMs being restricted and that sort of thing, or even online banking, for example, being unavailable and you can't, let's say, pay a bill or transfer money or whatever it may be. But I want to say absolutely watch when it comes to news regarding the global banks and unexpected shifts or maybe restrictions with that. So again, I don't get necessarily, let's say, a collapse, but like I said, I'm seeing like cracks in what looks like a veil to me. So it's more of a crack in the system, showing an unstable infrastructure. So let's keep going and see what else we can see. You know what I'm seeing right now, you guys? It looks like the Ogopogo, or like the Loch Nessie monster swimming away. Interesting. So that this could relate to some maybe findings in the waters or in the oceans, or maybe there's a story or somebody captures something. But I see what looks like kind of like the Loch Nessie monster or the Ogopogo kind of popping up there. Very prominent, very much hanging out in the water here. Very interesting. Again, and that could relate to the veils thinning. You know what? Let's just pull a couple cards on it. Will there be any new discoveries or findings of any sea creatures or sea creatures coming up in the weeks ahead, Spirit? Seven of Cups, the Tower, and the Moon. Oh, Ace of Swords, you guys. So there is a confirmation of something, but is it authentic? Is it like, it's kind of like the sense the Seven of Cups is always that illusion, right? You know what, you guys? I think there is something that is found, but it's covered up, because look at this. Seven of Cups, again, if we kind of look into that deeper, I mean, that's a sense of the mysteries, the illusions, right? It's hidden possibilities, right? So there's a sense of something that is discovered, like an unseen species or something of that matter, but it could be like misidentified as well, or it's kind of that energy of blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. I mean, does it exist? It's like kind of that question, right? But there's the sense of the Tower, which is a massive shakeup. So this is a disruption, and this shakes existing beliefs. So for a lot of people, you know, talking about these mythical creatures out there, it's like having evidence of that really shakes up some belief systems that others may have. So I'm wondering that, yes, if there is a surprising sea creature that comes out, but then the Moon, it's like a sense of illusions, and it's being kind of covered up or hidden. So I mean, it could be the sense of, you know, the unknown. I mean, the ocean is so incredibly large, and there's a lot of things that we don't know about it yet. So it does suggest that this is like a long hidden thing that really could surface. But lots of major arcanas, and the Ace of Swords does confirm some kind of yes. This is my yes. That's the truth. Spirit is confirming. So I do think there is some kind of findings, but whether or not it is going to be like out in the news feels like it might be hidden or covered up from the media, from what it looks like. So, I mean, do your guys' research, because I'm sure you can find a lot of things, I mean, that are not necessarily broadcasted in the media, because they are a lot of the times just pushing a certain narrative that they want you to think and believe, right? But it could really point to some sea creatures discoveries, is from what I can see. Now, I feel like this one's a kind of a given, but I do get a sense of a lot of AI technology talk in the weeks ahead here. And it feels like there's some kind of, again, I'm feeling like a whistleblower energy coming out about, it's kind of, okay, so this is something, what I'm getting here is like, you guys really watch carefully, because I feel like we're going to potentially see, again, the government's attempting to project, but also at the same time restrict organic consciousness here. So it feels like there's intensifying energies around AI, and the sense of like freedom versus control energy. But it feels like there's some kind of a leak, a whistleblower about AI and the psychological influence of it. Can you share, Spirit, what messages do you have for us for the month of April when it comes to the momentum of AI? Is there a whistleblower coming out here? High Priestess. Queen of Swords could be a female exposing hidden knowledge. Hierophant, yes. The Sun, more exposure, you guys. Justice. Six of Pentacles yet again with the Strength on the back of the deck. Look at all those major arcanas, you guys. I say this absolutely does scream exposure. I have to say, some kind of a whistleblower here. And it's like, when we look at it here, I want to say there is absolutely undeniable proof, you guys, with the Justice and the Hierophant. This is like government institutions here. So it could be like a government linked tech institution, or like some kind of a corporate job or a corporate lab where there is somebody who wakes up and goes, oh my goodness, like this knowledge has to be shared. There's something unethical happening with that Hierophant card. I'm just going to get one card here, Spirit. Is this person, what can you share about this potential maybe Queen of Swords? Queen of Swords is all about truth, clarity coming out as well. Courage, look at this. There is somebody that is coming out and has the courage to expose what is happening in some kind of a government institution when it does come to AI. I mean, that being said, I still don't think AI is going anywhere, but there's something about a lot of, let's say, additional talk when it comes to, I guess you can say, AI programs operating outside ethical or maybe legal parameters here. Justice and the Hierophant screams that, okay? But there is some strength in terms of somebody coming out and sharing. Six of Pentacles, sharing knowledge. Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles. So I feel like this is actually really going to be a big thing, you guys, because it's going to split. I mean, you can see it now. You can see some of the collective are absolutely terrified that AI and robots are taking over the world. And you have another part of the collective that's like, yeah, look at all this amazing innovations and things we can do with AI and technology. So this is going to create more of a fracture in, I feel like, the public and the collective awareness. So I do think this is actually a really big thing. I don't think this, a lot of us know this is coming. But this is going to be, I feel like, a big theme for potentially April, maybe even going into May and the summer is what I just feel intuitively. So I think what I have to say though, I still very much think that AI and these technologies can be a great tool, okay? Key word, you guys, tool. So use your tools, but don't be used by them. Okay, I think that's what a really good message is. All right, so let's see if we can keep going and see what else we can see in the crystal ball, in the labradorite ball here. I have to say, I am seeing what looks like, again, as another religious figure. And I really strongly think this could be linked to the Pope. Oh, and I'm seeing like the biohazard. This came up not too long ago, but you guys, I really think there could be more potential. I guess I have to be cautious with what I say, but let's say illnesses, people getting sick because of certain variants and that sort of thing. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, and I actually, somebody on my, I think, UK video, that came out in my UK reading, and somebody actually commented and said there are new variants coming out there. So I'm seeing, for one, there was two things. I want to pull on the Pope again, but there's something about, I'm seeing like the biohazard, which again, I guess it could relate to a couple different things if we look at it. I really see it as being potentially more of like an outbreak or an illness. I mean, it could relate to an actual maybe chemical spill. Let's pull a couple cards on that. What can you tell us, Spirit, in terms of this image I'm seeing in the crystal ball? Ace of Swords, confirmation. So there is something happening. Is this relations to an illness outbreak? Eight of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Back of the deck, Six of Swords. I do think this is a pretty big confirmation, you guys. And the Seven of Pentacles is usually, I mean, this is a different card, but it's usually that the original deck is the crop. It's like their kind of crop being filled, right, with the pentacles. So I'm actually seeing this as, I'm wondering if there is some kind of contamination or illness within either the food or the water. Because that has also come out in the crystal ball in the past as well. So that's something that very much could surface for April. And Six of Swords is usually that energy of the people on the boat in the water as well. So there could be Eight of Swords as being trapped, as being backed into the corner. It's a restriction, right? So a restriction of potentially even food and water, or something to do with that, with when I seen that the biohazard image in the ball. I mean, could be some kind of a chemical spill or something. I mean, let me know if you guys hear anything in the news, but I feel like this is more relating to some kind of illness, to be honest, is what I'm getting. So let's keep going here. I'm going to pull on what I was seeing in terms of the Pope, but actually one more thing that I'm seeing here is the Ace of Swords, you guys, is always, it's a sense of clarity. This is truth coming out. So I wonder if there is a potential, I mean, we could also look at it from a perspective of some kind of toxic exposure that has been hidden for a long time, okay? That is something that's really coming up as well. That's been potentially really affecting people's health. Very interesting. All right, so let's keep going. I'm going to pull, what do we have on the energy of the Pope? Because we had that Death card. We had the Study card, which I was really relating to the Hierophant. And when I was looking in the labradorite, I do see kind of a religious figure. So let's see. Will there be any big news about a religious figure stepping out? I'm just going to say stepping down or taken down. What can you confirm when it comes to a religious figure or the Pope here? 10 of Swords. He's not doing good, you guys. 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. Ace of Swords, another confirmation. Empress on the back of the deck. I'm going to pull a few more. The Lovers, 7 of Swords. And we have the Moon, illusions, with the Empress on the back. So I pulled up an article here, and I, you know, based off of this energy, I don't feel like they're at all being honest with what's truly happening behind the scenes. There's a sense of, it says here that after 5 weeks of hospitalization with pneumonia, he came close to death. Pope Francis is now back home in the Vatican recovering. Look at the end of the outcome is the Moon here and the 7 of Swords. So it feels like the 10 of Swords, I don't even, you know, you guys can call me crazy, but it feels like he's not even really here. It's almost like this whole thing is a whole illusion. It's like smoke and mirrors. So Ace of Swords does show some kind of clarity or truth coming out pretty quick about Pope or the Vatican, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on there as well. But with this energy, I do think that there is some knowledge coming out. We have the Ace of Swords and we have the Moon here. So these illusions are coming to the surface. The Empress, they cannot be hidden anymore. Yes, 3 of Cups and the Empress. So that's something I keep seeing again and again. The Pope keeps coming up in a lot of my meditations over the last little while here. And it did come out in the labradorite ball as well. So I would say we could expect some kind of news or propaganda about the Vatican or Pope here coming up. All right, let's see if there's any final messages and see what else we have here. Well, I am seeing those monoliths pop up again, but I'm seeing San Francisco, you guys. What is happening in San Francisco? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's just showing me the San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. What can you tell me, Spirit, about San Francisco? Is something happening in San Francisco for the month of April? Strength, Chariot, Death card. Hanged Man. You guys wanna hear? Ooh, okay. 2 of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune. What? 3 of Cups on the back of the deck. Now I'm filming this on the 20th, I think it's March 26th today. And when I was doing I did a crystal ball, I did a solar eclipse video for you guys, and I seen a plane, okay? And I know there's been a lot of plane disturbances and planes going down over the past few months here. But I don't know why, but when I see this Chariot card, it's like a sense. I don't know if this could be a potential plane going down, if it's in relation to San Francisco. I'm not sure. I'm just linking that up for some reason right at the moment. Now, I don't love that we have the Death card here. So this absolutely could relate to some kind of incident when we have the Chariot. It's like a travel incident that is kind of, that makes news here. I mean, I see some kind of like travel or incident happening, you guys. I mean, I can't say for sure this is gonna absolutely be San Francisco, but I do see some kind of significance with San Francisco in the labradorite. So I'll be definitely paying attention to see what's coming up over the weeks and months ahead, but it does look like it could be a transportation related incident. I mean, the hangman energy, the fact that we have death and then we have hangman, which is like a delay. It's kind of like I'm feeling like that caught mid-air. And then the Two of Pentacles is like quickly trying to figure out the next step. It's a decision-making moment here. Wheel of Fortune. It's like a karmic event here. That could even relate to something to do with like timeline distortion or a timeline shift as well with the Wheel of Fortune. Doesn't have to absolutely relate to like plane or travel, but it's definitely like with all these major arcanas, there's definitely something happening that is quite a big fated event here. So, wow. Maybe we'll take a couple oracles on this one. All right, let's take one oracle, Spirit. What can you tell us about this tarot spread? Is there a potential crash, like plane incident or car transportation or train incident here? We have the Pilgrim energy that flew out. Okay, we have the bridge. I was saying I seen the Golden Gate Bridge. Is something happening on the bridge in San Francisco? That's what I'm curious about. I gotta say, we've got an energy of somebody traveling on a journey, and we have the bridge. Wow. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. This very much could be linked to that bridge or a bridge, because I seen a bridge in the in the labradorite ball, but I'm seeing it as the Lionsgate Bridge. Actually, I have to recorrect that statement because it's the Golden Gate Bridge. We actually out here in Vancouver have a Lionsgate Bridge. So that could be a symbolism. I'm not sure why I said that, but I feel like I said Lionsgate Bridge multiple times. So just keep that in mind. But to make that correction for San Francisco and the Golden Gate Bridge. All right, so that being said, I think we're going to wrap up here, but I've absolutely enjoyed having you guys join me on this April energy report. We'll pull a final spread. I'm going to take a final look in the crystal ball and see what messages are coming out to conclude here. Now, I am seeing like balls of light again shooting across the sky. I mean, I don't know how many times we have talked about seeing more kind of ships and extraterrestrials in the skies here. So I don't think we even need cards for that one. This is just absolutely a reoccurring thing. So absolutely, yeah, actually in San Francisco too, I think you will be able to have quite a few sightings in the weeks ahead. Or like I'm seeing shooting balls or flashes of light too, kind of similar to what I seen the other day. I feel like there is a face coming through right now. It's so wild, you guys, the amount of just images of faces, like extraterrestrial faces that come out of this crystal or out of this labradorite. I cannot even tell you. I haven't even had this for very long, and I have seen so many different images. Now, this one, I'm gonna pull some cards. I do get kind of like a the image of this being is like bald, does have kind of a masculine energy. I would say like an Octurian masculine energy. Do you have a message for us? What message, what energy do you have to share? He is encompassed by a blue and he has like this aura around him, which is blue and a vibrant like indigo. Oops. Got that death card again. We have the star. There he is coming out. It's actually kind of cool because he doesn't look like this, but he does have that bluish hue and like a purple indigo aura around him as well. And we have 3 of Pentacles and the Justice on the back of the deck. It really feels like the message that this being is portraying the collapse of old paradigms with the death card, because when we look at what's aspecting that, we have the star, the 3 of Pentacles, and Justice. I actually see this too as it could really be stepping into more of a role of connecting us with our star family, more exposure, you guys. This is a sense of collaboration with galactic beings here. Look at that. Look at that 3 of Pentacles. Very cool. So it feels like there's a sense of, you guys, it's like we're not meant to go through this alone. We do have a lot of love and support backing us up and behind us as well. And it really shows through these cards that are coming up here. So it really feels like a beginning of a new phase of, let's say, even service. I mean, a lot of the collective is really stepping into a role that involves anchoring hope, a sense of renewal, positivity, and that vision comes along with collaborating with one another, with us, with everyone in the collective and our star family as well here. And the fact that we have, again, that Justice energy, it's a sense of cosmic balance is being restored. Look at that Empress. That is Mother Earth, the Divine Mother, Gaia. So it's like what has been distorted is going to be exposed here, and the scales are now shifting. That's what I get from the energy that he is sharing through. And you know what, it's weird because in the crystal ball, the image of his face looks very stern, and it kind of, look at that image of the Justice and her face. It's a very stern looking face, and that's exactly what I get. This is, I really want to say, as a final message here, it's about universal truth being reinstated into the earth, into Mother, the Divine Mother here. So really beautiful. Thank you for sharing and coming up in the crystal ball. This being had a very beautiful message. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys have questions or have any specific topics you would like me to touch base on. I think I'm gonna end that here. I mean, I feel like we could still keep going because there's just so much coming out of the crystal ball. All right, so there's actually some more things coming out of the crystal ball here, and I'm not ready to fully end this. So thank you for staying with me. This is going to be a longer video, but when I was seeing the biohazard earlier, you know what I'm seeing right now? This is going to sound a little crazy, but I'm seeing a kidney, like kidneys, okay? The organ. And there was a few videos that I wanted to do that I haven't got around with it. One, Epstein. I was gonna do a video on that quite a few days and days ago, and I did not end up doing one. And another one was more of a recent one in its relations to certain sacrifices and looking at our food. I'm sure many of you guys have heard about the recent KFC commercial, but it was very disturbing, and there was lots of symbolism in there in terms of what are we actually eating. Okay, so when I was seeing that biohazard, yes, I do think there could be a significant amount of agendas pushed when we're looking at potential illnesses and that sort of thing and variants. But there's also something else here about exposure when it comes to what is truly in our food. And I have to say, I keep getting, Spirit keeps bringing Epstein up as well, and just out of nowhere. So this is going to probably sound crazy too, but the conspiracy of, is he actually still alive? I wanted to pull the cards also on the fast food, let's just say fast food chains in general. And then we'll wrap things up here. So Spirit, I'm seeing again a kidney in the crystal or in the labradorite ball. Why are you showing me this kidney? Is this at all, let's say, and also when we're looking at the symbolism of what that means, I've pulled it up online here. I just wanted to see what exactly was coming up. And there is one where it says sacrificial offerings during animal sacrifices. The kidneys are also used because they're believed to hold a special significance. In Chinese medicine as well, it says the kidneys are connected to the primal energy, survival energy, the sexual and reproductive energy in the body. Okay, so this is really relating to power. So let's see here. What do we have, Spirit, with the image of a kidney in the ball? Is there any truth to awful things they are putting in fast food joints? Is it more than just chemicals? I mean, we all know that there's just full of junk and garbage and chemicals and toxic levels of stuff. I was watching one specific video a little while ago, and this one, they were doing studies, and I think they were talking about how there was like 21 additional chemicals put in the chicken and all that kind of stuff. So off the bat, we know that it's awful for our body and it's full of toxicity and chemicals. But what I'm curious about asking the tarot is, Spirit, can you confirm, allegedly, of course, all of perspective, can you give us any confirmation? Is there actually, let's say, kidneys, or you guys know what I'm getting at, mixed in with the food? Three of Wands. Death. Oh, you guys. Knight of Cups. Three of Cups. Nine of Wands. Eight of Pentacles, and we have the World. So it's not like there's just like a one location, and again, this is all allegedly, but the fact that we have Three of Wands, the Death card, and the Knight of Cups as well, I mean, there is a lot here, you guys. When again we're looking at Three of Wands with this energy, this is absolutely like global supply chains, large scale distribution. So I don't see this, try to block out there. I don't see this as just being like honestly like a one-off. If this is something that is actually happening, allegedly, it does seem like that could be very much a strong possibility, which makes me sick to even talk about this. So again, when we're looking at the Death card, pretty explanatory with that question, but the Knight of Cups as well is kind of like dressing something up. The Knight of Cups is like a deceptive energy and just saying like, look how good this, it's like it's the experience and romanticizing the experience, and there are things to really entice you, right? So even look at that. There's this image of what looks like kind of I don't know, like a rat or something. So maybe it's not all just like people. It could also be a mix of maybe even animals and that sort of thing, like just awful energy. Okay. again, this is just a perspective, and I really wanted to see what was coming out of the cards, but this is something that I've really been that's been coming up a lot lately, especially in the media. So I'm wondering if there will be some kind of acknowledgement about this kind of thing that is happening. So again, if we keep going and we look at that Three of Cups energy, again, this is a lot of people, you know, they go out, the social eating, it is pretty much coming together with food and it being a social comfort, right? So it's about kind of a cloaked innocence and something that we just unwittingly participate in, right? Again, Nine of Wands is kind of a defensive energy. This could be pointing to hidden traumas and cover-ups as well, but it's also a sense of the truth being suppressed and beaten down. I mean, like, that's crazy talk. Like, for most people, if you would say, hey, I think this is in your hamburger, people would think you're crazy, right? So it sounds like a very far out there claim, but I mean, honestly, it would not surprise me personally looking at this energy and just seeing, like, if you guys have not seen that, I mean, I don't want to give it more attention, I guess, but that KFC commercial that came out was extremely disturbing. A lot of rituals and symbolism behind this video, you guys. So that being said, I really do think moving forward with that Eight of Pentacles is a sense of, you know, it's really a strong indicator of let's say preparation, and even I want to say ritualistic repetition, right? It's kind of really going into the depths of it, and they're like showing us, they're openly showing us what's going on. But again, we don't always take it as literal, but symbolically there's these rituals and rituals that are happening here. And if, okay, say that's not the case, you guys, and we just look at it as the energetic residue around fast food and what that really does to our body, because it's like food processing, you're looking at a lot of the times unethical environments, and where is this food coming from? There's a lot that goes in with this. So this may need a video all of its own, but I really wanted to see what's going on. And again, this is back of the deck, the world. So this is not something, yeah, the world, and underneath that's the Hermit. So this isn't just like a one location kind of thing. This is something that is globally kind of mass produced from what I can see. I mean, that's just what I wanted to share with you there. You guys will have to let me know what you think about that. But that's what I can share with you for now at the moment. Lots of love and light too. This was a little bit of a longer video. So again, thank you again so much for your love and support. And so I will be doing a live for you guys on Monday, so feel free to come by and check that out. It'll be 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, and you could come by and we'll be doing some live tarot readings. So until next time, bye for now.